talks between the United States and Iran are still happening, even after the latest rounds of fighting.
This comes as a new Israeli intel report reveals another plot to assassinate President Trump.
So here we go again. Benjamin Hall joins us live from our London bureau with the latest on this. Hey, Benji.
Yeah, hi, Lawrence, Brian, and Emily. Yes, yesterday we saw Iran continue to launch strikes towards U.S. military sites in Bahrain, in Qatar, in Kuwait. And the big question now is, will the U.S. respond to those strikes? Remember, President Trump has said that they will do so 20-1 for any Iranian strikes. And they have been doing so all week. We've seen dozens of attacks across Iran. But so far today, we haven't seen any military action. And President Trump still saying the diplomatic channel does still remain open. All this being said, as you just pointed out, Israel now sharing intelligence with D.C., showing that Iran has developed a new plot to assassinate President Trump. And there were numerous banners at the Ayatollah's funeral, he was buried just this morning, calling for President Trump's death.
Life of a president is very dangerous. It's 5.2%. You know what a race car driver is? 0.1%. It's a very dangerous profession. No, I'm number one on the kill list for Iran.
Yeah, but still, all this really comes down to the Straits of Hormuz. Iran wants to control it. They want to charge money for it. They've been attacking ships in the Straits all week. And so the big question now is whether Iran has learned that if it does attack ships, there is going to be a big military response from the U.S. However, the Speaker of the Iranian parliament saying no, and he's pushing back on it, saying America still hasn't learned that bullying and breaking promises are no longer cost-free. Let me put it plainly, he said. If you strike, you'll get hit. Don't flail around pointlessly or you'll sink ever deeper. The Straits of Hormuz will only open with Iranian arrangements, not American threats. So the big question is, has Iran realized it's going to be attacked whenever it carries out these terror attacks? And one other interesting development, which is although the U.S. did not strike in Iran last night, there were attacks across the country in sensitive sites, and there were reports that those were carried out by some of the Gulf allies. And so if Gulf allies are getting involved when they're attacked, that adds an interesting element to this, alongside U.S. strikes as well. But certainly waiting today to see whether or not the U.S. is going to respond to yesterday's drone strikes.
Wow,
correct. I had not heard that.
I did not heard that at all. I heard we were blowing up train tracks and transportation pathways between China and Russia. Thanks, Ben. Appreciate it. The other thing, just to add real quick, if it's so complicated, who does what, 90 hits, 20 hits, we have to physically open up the strait. Do we do that? The price of oil drops, we're in control of the strait, and they lose their second virtual nuclear weapon. Mm-hmm. That ends everything. So there's multiple plans in place since the 80s to open up the strait. Should this happen, use one of them. And I know it's not going to be easy, but there really is, unless you want to keep doing this all summer long into the fall, and they'll find a way to hurt